This is Accurate TV News,
where you get your news on time, on point. Jashii unharmed in gun attack, 6 shot.
The St. Andrew Central Police are probing the early morning gun attack yesterday, which left 6 people injured, after a convoy with entertainer Jashii in the mix was shot up by heavily armed men. The incident occurred about 4:30 a.m. in the vicinity of Marketplace on Constant Spring Road, where a birthday party was held for the entertainer inside Club Mecca. The vehicles were making an exit when they reportedly came under fire from men traveling on motorcycles. None of the injuries were considered life-threatening, and Jashii, who reportedly ran from the scene, was unarmed. The Gleaner gathered that several 5.56 pence casings were collected at the scene. Head of the St. Andrew Central Police Division, Senior Superintendent Marlon Nesbitt, has since requested for Jashii to come in and speak to the police. Up to press time last night, it had not been ascertained if the entertainer met with the police. Nesbitt also said that going forward, promoters who wished to book Jashii must first speak to the police, citing grave security concerns. The residents in sections of Grants Pen had expressed concern for the entertainer's safety last month after an incident allegedly involving the artist sparked tension in the area. It clears somebody set out to harm the youth for whatever reason, we don't know. They intend to take him out on his birthday. Don't know for sure where it's coming from, a resident of Grants Pen commented about yesterday's attack. The entertainer, whose real name is Mluki Clark, was questioned by a detective in the St. Andrew North Police Division on June 21. He was released without being charged. The police wanted to speak with Jashii following tension in the community after the June 7 murder of 45-year-old Omar Romy Wright. Wright was killed by unknown assailants in Grants Pen, St. Andrew. Jashii reportedly had a verbal dispute with Wright on the day he was killed. This reportedly stemmed from an alleged argument Wright had with the entertainer's mother earlier. She has, however, publicly denied those allegations and also the report that she moved out of the community. The investigators in that matter told the Gleaner that 90% of what was out in the public domain was not truthful, and they were continuing their probe relying on the facts. The artist, through his attorney Peter Champagny KC, also strongly denied any allegations of criminal conduct. His focus has been and continues to be the development of his career as an extraordinary entertainer. He has pledged continued support in promoting in any way that he can a peaceful environment within the community from which he hails, and encourages all to respect and observe the law, Champagny told the Gleaner then. In relation to the latest incident surrounding Jashii, the Gleaner sent questions to Champagny. However, a response was not forthcoming up to press time. Portmore brothers charged with abduction after children found at Back Road Hotel. 2 brothers are among 3 men charged with abduction in relation to 3 girls who were found at a hotel on Port Henderson Road in Portmore, St. Catherine last Sunday. The area is also referred to as Back Road. They are 19-year-old Kenrick Smalling, his sibling 21-year-old Ricky Smalling, both from Brayton Phase 1 in Greater Portmore, and 19-year-old Andre Barrett of 7 East, also in Greater Portmore. They were charged with abduction of a child under 16 years old by investigators assigned to the St. Catherine South Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse. The 3 minors, who are girls, met with the men and went to a hotel in the area. The police said in a statement Friday evening it took place around 4:30 p.m. One of the children's mother reportedly learned about the incident and contacted the police. The men ran as the police arrived. However, they were intercepted along the Newland Main Road, where they were arrested. They were charged after they were questioned in the presence of their attorneys. Their court date has not been finalized. 22-year-old Tyler charged with murder of Kingston chef. A 22-year-old Tyler has been charged with last month's murder of 29-year-old Damian Chef Cummings, who was attacked in the Sunlight Street community where he lived in downtown Kingston. The accused man is Nicoy Bundog Waldron from Walker's Crescent, Campbell Boulevard in Kingston 11. Waldron is charged with murder, conspiracy to murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The Dedham Town Police says about 1 p.m. on June 22nd, citizens heard explosions coming from the Sunlight Street area and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, Cummings was seen lying face down in a yard with gunshot wounds. He was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Waldron was arrested on Friday. He was charged later that day following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. St. Elizabeth farmer charged with murder. A 39-year-old St. Elizabeth farmer who reportedly used a stone to beat an elderly man to death in Junction in the parish last month has been charged with murder. He is Christopher Da Costa, otherwise called Boswell, of Overhill District, also in St. Elizabeth. The deceased is 62 years old, Rupert Cummings, a laborer of Downs District, Watson Hill in the neighboring Manchester Parish. According to the police, at about 4:50 p.m. on June 27, Cunningham was walking along a dirt path when Da Costa approached him and engaged in a conversation. Cunningham continued walking along the roadway when Da Costa allegedly kicked him and he fell to the ground. Da Costa reportedly used a stone to hit Cunningham on his head repeatedly, causing wounds which bled. The police were alerted and Cunningham was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Da Costa was arrested and formally charged after an interview session in the presence of his attorney, the police said on Saturday.
Don't forget to subscribe to Accurate TV News. If you don't do it already, you can do it now.